Hi everybody, welcome to Tips on Teens. This is Kent Toussaint coming to you live on Facebook. I am the founder and clinical director here at Teen Therapy Center in Woodland Hills, and I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. And every Wednesday at 12 o'clock we answer your questions that you email us or message us, if I could say that clearly. And we've got another great one, so let's jump right into it. This is from a mom, obviously, as you will find out very soon. My husband and two sons used to have great conversations at dinner about politics and current events. With the recent shift in the political climate, any discussion about what's happening in the news gets ugly, and I feel it's tearing us apart. My husband and I have never agreed politically, but it was never a problem until now. We can barely talk with one another before it gets into why one of us is wrong. My boys are also ideologically opposite, and it's causing them to say such awful things to each other. What can we do to get back to sanity? So, I think it's a really topical question. I'm glad it's being asked. What I really think is interesting about this question is this mother in no way lets us know where her ideology is, nor her husband. And I think it's really important because it really doesn't matter. You know, since the last couple of years, the political environment has gotten really intense. Everyone's got a really strong opinion, and that's fine. Everyone's allowed to have those opinions. That's great. But the thing is, we have to find a way to have a common ground where we can talk and share ideas. I know from myself, since the 1980s when I was becoming more politically aware as a teenager, it seemed like politics has gotten more and more tribal, more and more polar, more and more intense. It's harder to have, two sides or three sides come together without one side demonizing the other. That's the common thread. It makes great TV. It makes fantastic TV when you have two diametrically opposed political figures arguing and insulting each other. It's really compelling TV. What it doesn't do, it doesn't make compelling family life. And we have to remember that, just because it's really interesting on media doesn't make it really good in a family. And what the mom says in this question is her and her husband have never agreed politically, but it hasn't really been a problem. Now it's a problem. And it's really important that these two parents find a way to get on the same page because they're the emotional leaders of this family. And if they're setting an example of disrespect and vitriol and a disability or an inability to come together and understand one another and have empathy for one another, even when they disagree, this family is setting a bad example for their sons. Of course, their sons are going to follow suit. So it really starts with the mom and the dad, where they can have different opinions, very different opinions, and still have respect and empathy for one another. Because, in the day, both sides, there's value on both sides. There's no one true path. It's like there's no one true thought. That we have, in America, we have freedom of expression, freedom of thought, freedom of religion. So there's no one true way, and so it's finding that way that works for everyone and a compromise and meeting in the middle. So again, mom and dad, find a way to talk to each other respectfully at the dinner table. Set the example when your sons are not, when they are getting on each other for leaning too far left or too far right or up or down, whatever direction they're leaning. It's important that you as a parent set the example and guide them towards a more middle ground, a more of a collaboration. So that is the question for today. That is our tips on teens. Thank you for chiming in on this question. We keep them coming. We love your questions. If you have questions you'd like us to answer here next Wednesday at 12 o'clock, please email us at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com. You can see an archive of all these on Facebook or on our website, teentherapycenter.com. And if you have any questions, give us a call and we're right here. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.